Hey netizens, welcome back. If you see me from the last video, we were working on Minesweeper and Godot, and today we're going to continue off with that, but this video will be focusing on adding mouse input to Minesweeper. We got a few things up ready. Let me show y'all real quick. So, as you can see here, there's a bunch of code, right? I just want to review what we learned from last time, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, really. Because, as you can see, set up a bunch of variables, referencing the atlas, which is specifically generating the different variables here. Variables, not valuables. Hey, likeable, don't break my chairs. Please, rude. Very rude. And my cat is biting my leg. Everyone is, very violent today for some reason. I don't know why. Let me see here. Generate some empty cells. So let me show y'all what we got done. And it actually works because last stream, we finally fixed it. I was gonna say but really, it's because of all of us involved with this that it helped. And Toy especially. Toy helped me figure this out. But what we got here is that we have the hover layer. So anytime I hover over a square, it glows a little bit. Darcy, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? I think my kitty is being naughty. What do you want, kitty? I'm holding my cat to the microphone. No, we need violent. Violence is always the answer. It is not always the answer. It is not always the answer. Right? Right, little kitty? Let me put him, let me escort him outside my room so that he does not bite my wires, because he has a habit of doing that, and it needs to stop. I feel bad whenever I send my cat outside for a bit, but if he's being naughty and damaging stuff, that's not good, so I have to separate him. So as you can see, when we click on it, it can show numbers that are generated. It can show me what's nearby. And also, if you look here, it establishes when something is game over as well. But there's a few things that are missing. What I remember from the video is that when there's an empty square like this, it's supposed to show everything. So that's one of the things we will need to do today. The other is showing UI for game over. I believe that should be next in the part 5 of the video. But we're going to focus on having a little effect here when we click on an empty square. So let's continue the video. Also, I hope y'all have been doing well today. I feel like I did pretty good today. I did quite a bit with my job, so I'm pretty happy.
And it clears the cell. If I put down a flag and I try to clear it, it won't let me. If I remove the flag,
Oh yes, the flag, yeah. We also have a flag. Let me show y'all real quick, because that actually works now. We can apply flags to show that said, hey, there's probably a mine there. And I can also delete the flag too. So we worked on the mouse input quite a bit, but there's other parts of the mouse input we need to add.
can now clear the cell. So that's working kind of, but you notice when I clicked here and I hit an empty cell, what normally happens in Minesweeper is that when you get an empty cell, it clears all of the empty cells around it. So it should automatically clear out all this big area. And that's the bit that we now need to add in.
No! Ads, why? Wait, why is it always grooming products as my ads? Stop. Oh my goodness. I'm clean. I'm not stinky. Jeez. This is the second time I get a grooming related ad. What is happening?
You have to
Jeez. Dear goodness.
use recursion again. Before we
Oh yeah, recursion. Which is something that I've never been taught. Hello, AI Nethyr. Hi, Issa. Welcome on in. Yeah, recursion. That's something I never got to learn. I don't know how well we're gonna do here, but we're gonna try our best. Oh boy.
Even try and erase that cell, we first of all need a couple of variables.
Okay, so we go to function, process, left click, position specifically. Recursion is a bit of a headache. Oh no. Okay, so we have this. It's function, process, left click, position, right? And then we have the erase cell, and then we need to establish variables here. But what kind of variables? Russ will explain further.
First one is going to be revealed underscore cells, and that's going to be an empty array. And the second one is going to be cells to reveal, which is going to be an array, but it has one value in it, which is the position that we start with.
Oh, that makes sense because we want to be able to like reveal the ones based on the position. So yeah, that makes sense. So variable revealed cells 1 equals and then variable cells to reveal, and that's another array, but specifically the position. Okay, we got those two. Basically, a recursion is when a function calls itself. It just has to have a condition to when it calls itself, so it eventually stops. Oh, so like a lot of loops.
So we begin with our initial cell, and that's the cell that we need to reveal. And
is coding just a bunch of loops over and over again, and then like different types of loops? That's kind of how it sounds like, not gonna lie.
This is where the recursion comes in. We add a while loop, and it checks that cells to reveal array. And as long as is underscore empty, as long as this one is not empty, so it cleared. So this bit is kind of important. The risk with recursion is that if you don't do it properly, you can get stuck in an endless loop.
Oh.
So to avoid that here, we will need to first of all clear this cell. So now instead of the coordinate being pause, the coordinate is actually going to be determined by this array, which is cells to reveal.
Okay, so that ends the loop. Okay. Let's see here. Well, at least I don't have to figure out the recursion. If anything, I just try to understand what I coded. Not cells to reveal. Dot is empty. Oh boy, I hear things outside. Oh boy, I think my cat is picking a fight with other people outside. I don't know if he's gonna win though. I mean, he might win. He is pretty cute, so he can like defeat people with his cuteness. It's quite the skill, actually. Let's see, is empty, and then let's try to clear cell and mark it cleared. Okay, and then we replace the pause with cells to reveal. I will accompany you coding some things of my own. Yay! Honestly, like, that's what I like about doing these streams, is because it encourages.
And it's going to be index 0. So
I knew it.
We're always going to be looking at the.
It's an index of 0, starting at 0. Okay.
Comes in. So we say that revealed cells dot append
Sorry about that. My cat has won and has returned to my room. And I was like, oh, okay, buddy. Okay, he is quite the fighter. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna revealed underscore cells dot append.
Cells to reveal at index 0. So we reveal a cell, and then straight away we add it into this larger array.
And then it keeps track of it. Okay, so that we... I kind of wonder what would happen if it did not have it. Like, if I remove that code, what is gonna happen without it? So let me see if it works first. And then I'll remove parts of it to see, like, okay, what does it do if I don't have it anymore? Because I want to start learning more about that. Like, why do certain things exist? I feel like that's something I need to learn to... Oh? Did you meow? I have my headphones on. Yeah, Cat has returned as a hero. I don't know if this little kitty is a hero. Are you a hero, buddy? He did not blink, so I think he's a villain. Like me. Yeah, he blinked at villain. Yeah, he's a villain, not a hero. I mean, like Cat, like Honor, right? It only makes sense.
And once...
Oh? Do you want to go out? You just got in, right? Do you want to go out? You want to go out? Okay. Okay, this little villain does not know what he wants. Alright, buddy. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Okay, I literally stood up, right? I stood up, and then he started, like, walking in an infinity symbol, and I'm like, what happened? No, it's not that just... We can't heal heart. I mean, even healers can be villains. Keep that in mind. I feel like healers, as characters, I feel like they should be in more villain roles. It'd be very interesting, narratively, honestly. Darcy, little kitty, little Kit Kat, what are you doing? The thing is, though, I already fed this boy, and I'm assuming that he's hungry.
So that's
Again,
done.
I fed him at like 3 hours ago. That was his dinner.
We've now cleared this cell, so it's no longer a cell to reveal. So we can remove it from our processing queue. We can say remove processed cell from array.
Darcy, see, this is why I didn't want to bring you back in, because you're gonna bite my wires. That's pretty villainous. I am pointing my finger at you. I have grabbed a cat. Cat is on his villain arc, accidentally healing. Maybe. Maybe. Are you purring? I know you want to eat more food. But we just got you to a healthy weight. My cat's finally 13 pounds. He was a bit hefty. And now he's 13 pounds. But you want to gain weight again, right? But I'm not letting you because it's not good for your little heart. Don't look at me like that. Jeez, if only I had a cat cam, I can show you what kind of face he has. I'm holding him, right? But then he's using his back paws to like, hey, let me go. Oh, I understand now why he used recursion. Oh, what did you understand? Can you tell me? Because honestly, like, it's pretty fun to see chat also learn with me. Kitty boy. Okay. What do you need? So at first I had technical difficulties earlier before stream, and now I have a little cat that wants attention. I don't mind if he wants attention, it's just I don't like when he tries to interrupt my time. Right, Darcy? Just like how I don't try to interrupt your time when you want to take a nap in the middle of the day. I try to respect your space, but can you respect mine, sir? See, I don't even baby talk my cat because I know he understands me. He just doesn't care.
And that's done by calling cells to reveal dot erase cells to reveal 0. So it gets rid of the first value.
Literally every time I look at my screen, he goes to my computer and tries to bite the wire. I just grabbed him because he knows that he's being a little villain. You know you're not supposed to do that. It's not good for you. Right? No, it's not good. Am I gonna cope with my cat on my lap? I don't know if this is gonna work, but we shall try.
Okay, now let's just run this and see if this works. So I click and that works fine. So I'm still able to clear. This one didn't clear because there's a bomb. You can see down here saying game over. But as I click around the others, it's allowing me to open them up. I still don't have this automatic clearing of the other cells. So when I click on an empty cell, it should clear the rest. We haven't got that far yet, but we're just building the foundation for it. So now we can see that we've kind of changed the structure, and right now the code doesn't seem to make sense because why bother doing it this way when it worked totally fine before? We were able to just erase the cell that we wanted and that was it. Well, the way this is going to work is that we actually add more cells into this array as we go. So that's why we have this while loop. As long as we run through this, we're going to keep checking, do we need to reveal more cells around? If so, we add them to this array and this loop keeps going. The only cells that should trigger that are going to be the cells that don't have a number on them. If there is a number there, then this code here is fine. We just clear that cell and we move on. But if there's no number and it's just an empty space, then we need to look at all the other spaces around it. So we add that check in here. We'll say if not is number. So if it's not a number, well, that means it's an empty space. And in here we pass cells to reveal at index 0. We have erased that particular cell, but now we're going to look at adjacent cells next to it. Now, if that cell is not a number, then we need to clear all the cells that surround this one. And for that, we're going to need another helper function. So we'll go down here, we've got process right click, and I'll do it underneath because I want to keep the functions that relate to the clicks together. So I'm going to put this underneath here. This will be a new function called reveal surrounding cells. And this will take a couple of arguments. The first one is cells to reveal, which is going to be an array. And the second one is revealed cells. So these are the two arrays that we actually have up here, revealed cells and cells to reveal. These ones are local to this function, so we will have to pass them into this function when we call it. But that's okay. Now we want to work through each of the items that are in this array.
Okay, so I need to be right back because I need to feed this cat. He is actually biting me a little bit, and that's not good. So I'll be right back, and then we can focus on coding, okay? BRB. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I fed my little guy, so he should be fine now. Sorry about the delay. Just life things happens. But it seems like I missed quite a bit. We need to make sure we add a few things. Let me go ahead and add this real quick, the recursion, so that it tracks the numbers and such. Okay, so array cell. Let's see here. Revealed cells dot append. Okay, we have that one. If not is underscore number cells to reveal. And that removes the process cell from array. Wait, no, there's another. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's a different part. Let me see. Is it the correct one? Seems like I have to make sure I put it here. Okay, got that one result. And then, let's see, put it here. Cell underscore to reveal dot arrays. Cells to reveal that array. How's that? Does it not accept that? Remove processed cell from array. Oh, is it a colon that yeah, it's a colon that I need. Okay. There we go. It resolved that one, but not this one. But that means we're on track. Has the fiend been fed? He is consuming a bird right now. Canned bird. A metal bird. A bird made of metal.
It's the reveal. These ones are local to this function, so we will have to pass them into this function when we call it. But that's okay. Now we want to work through each of the items that are in this array. And for that, we're going to use a for loop. We'll say for I in, but what is it that we're actually iterating through? Well, we want to take the cell that we've just clicked on, or the cell that we're looking at, and then we want to check all of the cells that surround it. We already have a function earlier that we defined called get all surrounding cells. So we can call it here. Say for I in get all surrounding cells, and then we pass in index 0 of this array. So the cell that we're actually interested in, the first.
I'll be honest. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just going to follow the tutorial and then going to review this later because this recursion, I'm like, SpaghettiOs.
First one. This will give us all of the cells that are around the cell that we just clicked on. The first thing we want to do is check that the cell is not already revealed. This part is important, otherwise we get into an endless loop, because we're just going to keep trying to reveal the same cells over and over again. That's why we're passing this second array in here. So we can say if not revealed underscore cells dot has I. So as we work through this, if that is not inside this revealed cells list or this array, it means that we haven't revealed it yet. So we've not touched this cell before, and that's okay. That means we can proceed with it. But there's another check here. So these two arrays, remember, the second one tracks all the cells we've revealed already, and the first one is kind of like a queue. It's an array of all cells that we plan to reveal. We don't want to keep adding duplicates into that array. So we need to check if the cell that we're looking at right now is also in that array. So we'll say if not, cells to reveal dot has I. If both of those conditions are met, i.e. the cell that we're looking at isn't inside either of these arrays, then it means we found a new cell that we need to clear. And that means we can add it to this array. We'll say cell.
Okay, so I do understand the queue part. Like, okay, these are the cells that haven't been revealed yet. There is a line of them. And then once that cell has been revealed, it belongs in revealed cells. So what I'm doing is basically like, okay, here's the array of like all the cells with numbers that are waiting. And once that requirement has been made where it's been revealed, they move that part of the array, they remove it, and then they put that data into a new array, which is the revealed cells. And we have to make sure that it stops, right? Otherwise, it'll just go in an endless loop and it won't properly store the things that it needs to remember. And it would just have a lot of, it feels like, it reminds me of a memory leak now that I think about it. Like that data is always being made constantly, so it's just leaking out per se. But I don't know if that's an accurate term, but it feels like it. And we don't want it to like leak a bunch of data like that, because then the software will be quite tired. At least that's how I'm seeing it. I don't know if it's accurate, but we shall see.
Cells to reveal dot append I. And then
Okay, I'm gonna pause that and then I'm gonna code it in. Code it in. Okay, cells to reveal. Okay. And then we focus on, is it process right click? No. It's reveal. What? Do I not have reveal cells? Interesting. I did not have that. Okay. Okay, interesting. So under the function process right click, right? We are going to have a new function here. No, yeah. Function reveal. Wait, is this it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, I don't have a surrounding cells one. Reveal surrounding is for cells, and then we're gonna call two arrays, which are the cells to reveal and the revealed cells. Okay, there we go. So for I in get all surrounding cells, cells to reveal. Okay, and then this is going to check that the cell is not already revealed. Okay, that's important. If not revealed cells dot has I colon, if not cells to reveal dot has I, oh, it needs a colon. Okay, colon, then cells to reveal dot append I. Yeah, so for I and get all surrounding cells, so when I want to find the surrounding cells, when I select I, right, I have to check that if it's not a revealed cell has I, like if it hasn't been revealed yet and it passes, it goes to the next one. If it's not a cell that's to reveal. Not cells to reveal and then append. Huh. The cells to reveal is the cube, right? If it's not... Okay, my brain is trying to wrap around like what is considered not a cell to reveal. So if it's not in the list, right? Then put in cells to reveal? Yeah, check the cells not already revealed. Okay. Interesting. Issa says, I think it calls a function that checks if any adjacent tiles are empty. If they are empty, it reveals them and it runs the exact same function for them. If none are empty and they're already revealed, it breaks out of the loop. Okay. Okay, so this is to break out of this loop. Got it. I sort of got it, but at the same time, no. But that means I'm really learning today.
At the very end, once we've done all this, for loop is complete, we need to return back out of this function this updated cells to reveal.
Ah, yeah, you have to update it.
Reveal array.
Okay, so you go here.
Okay, so this may have all been quite confusing, but essentially...
Yeah, it was confusing. I feel the need to go and code it myself. Feel too amazed not to try. Right? Honestly, like, coding these tutorials, like, following along with them is helping me get a better understanding of how coding works. And honestly, like, I think that's one of the things that I struggled with the most when I tried to learn coding for the first time. I didn't really grasp what I was learning, per se. Like, I didn't know how to apply it. Like, I can learn conceptually, like, what it is, but I don't know when to use the concept that I learned for practical use. So this is showing me an example of like, okay, when would I need a recursion? Is when it's when I need a constant loop with something to check it. So I can remember for any future projects that I code that, hey, if I need to code something that is like checking something and inputting information and like fixing that up so that it just organizes it and it's like has a consistent behavior, recursion's gonna help me.
What is happening is we click on a cell when we process left click and we get rid of the grass that's on top of it. So that part is okay. But if that cell isn't a number, then we call this function, which is reveal underscore surrounding cells. Into that function, we need to pass in our two arrays, which are cells to reveal, which are the ones we've made a queue of to try to reveal, and the reveal cells, the ones that we've already opened. When we pass them through...
Before he scrolls to that, let me put that in. If not number, yeah. If not is number, what cells to reveal? Cells to reveal. Interesting. Okay, so I have to put it here. Reveal surrounding cells, and then put the arrays that I'm checking. The cells to reveal, and then reveal cells. I'm gonna save that real quick. Go here.
They get into this function. The function then looks at all of the cells that are surrounding that particular cell. And if that cell also needs to be revealed, then it gets added into this array. We then return that array back into our function here. So this actually needs to be expanded by saying cells to reveal is equal to the return of this function. And as this executes...
Oh, I need to add that? Huh. I'm trying to figure out in my head on like, why? Oh, it's to return that data. Okay. I see. I'm guessing it's just like to, like, if you get the information, you update cells to reveal. So you're updating the list of like, what else do you need to reveal?
This array will grow, and because the array grows, this while loop continues running, and it's going to keep running until we've emptied that array out. So we've processed all of the cells that are in it. So if we run this, let's see if this works. As soon as I click on an empty cell here, you see it looked all around. It cleared all of the cells that surrounded it. And then it looked at those cells afterwards and it said, is that cell a number? Well, that one is, so ignore that. That one is, ignore that. But then this one wasn't. So it repeated the process. It then looked at all 8 cells that surround that one. You can see one of them is this original cell. And this is why we added that check and the array to track which ones have already been cleared, because these 2 cells that are next to each other, they would just keep trying to clear each other in this loop. And that's how we would get stuck inside an endless loop and the game would freeze. That's what those 2 arrays are used for. But there is one more thing here that isn't quite complete. So if I just place down a few flags, and this is going to just be guesswork, and I click looking for an empty space, it could take a while. Hopefully I find one soon. All seem to be numbers, which is kind of annoying. All either numbers or bombs. This is incredibly unlucky. Okay, there we go. I finally got one. So we revealed everything, but the flag is still there. Which is a problem because now I can't get rid of it, and of course it should disappear as soon as that cell is revealed. It's something we need to add into this process.
Okay, let's make sure that what I have so far actually works. Okay, so let's see. Oh, that was a game over. So that's a flag. Okay, it expanded this one. It's empty space. Okay. Oh, there's a bomb there. 5. Oh, there's the bombs. There's another bomb there. Okay. Ooh. There's a lot of bombs. Okay. 2. Oh, that was also a bomb. I'm definitely not the best at Minesweeper, okay? 2, 1. I'm trying to find another empty space, okay? Oh, that was a bomb. That was also a bomb. Okay, so it expands and shows the rest. Okay, so that's working as intended. That it's revealing the other spots. Okay, cool. BG. Then...
this left click function. Once we've
oh yes, the flag issue. Like, if it clears, it does need the flag anyway.
Erased that cell, and we've done this section here. We've got rid of the grass. We then want to add another check, which says if the cell has or had a flag, add a flag, then clear it.
Okay.
And this is an easy check. We use the helper function. If is flag at cells to reveal index 0, which is the one we're interested in. If that is a flag, then we just need to get rid of it. So we erase the cell, flag layer, flag underscore layer. Yeah, where have I done this? I've just done it down here in the right click. Erase that. Just put that in there. Of course, the position variable is not correct. I need to be erasing at cells to reveal.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna add this real quick. Honestly, I'm kind of being quicker about this one because I know in my brain, this is the first time I ever seen recursion. So that means if I'm going to digest this properly, it's going to take a long time. So I need to be patient with myself. So this is under the function left click, right? So we have our variables, yes. And we need to apply, if the cell had a flag, then clear it. So it's right after this one. So if the cell had a flag, then clear it. So if it's a flag, make sure to reference the cells to reveal is 0. Colon. Okay. And then erase the underscore cell flag layer cells to reveal. Yeah. Okay. And then erase cell, if not just a number, so it's reveal. Okay, I'm gonna save this, Control S. I feel that is usually the hardest part of learning. When you start by the theory, then you struggle to know what's the use of what you learned. But if you do work it backwards, like, how do I do X, then check the theory, it makes learning so much. Yeah, like, I'm someone that needs visual examples. Otherwise, like, I feel like I won't properly understand. I need like clear examples of like, okay, when is this applicable? When do I expect to use this? And that's the thing though, like coding is so flexible that you can make so many things. So it's just a matter of like practicing. The more that I code, the more it feels like art. Mainly because like I now understand that art is figuring out like the many shapes, figuring out the lighting of it, all the relations to each other, then putting all the pieces together. It's similar to coding. But for me, I don't know the tools and the techniques to properly fully code. So right now, I should follow the steps and then I'll eventually learn when it makes sense to do something. Every time I speak and then unpause, it's an ad. Man. Oh my gosh. It's an ad for like, hey, do you want to bring your child to Ivy League? Oh my goodness. Oh man. Honestly, like when it comes to those types of schools and education systems, it's not really about the education at that point. It's being part of a network of people that can help you with your career. And like that's honestly the real value and prestige of being in Ivy League, is that you're going to belong in a group of people that's also very prestigious, and you will have a support network there, especially if you get along with the people there. Oh my goodness, they're going to support you for life. Some of them may not have a strong enough network, but overall they are so supportive. Like having that community of people to help you grow and further pursue your career is so important. That's why like colleges are pretty useful. But if you just genuinely want to learn a skill and such, you have to do that yourself. Either if it's through like online courses or through what's it called? Just like online courses, paying attention in class. Yeah, that's when you need to like apply yourself. But universities, oh my god, another ad. Okay, honestly though, I was kind of on a tangent, but generally what I'm trying to say is that if you want to learn and you generally do want to keep it up, sure, yes, you have your busy schedule and stuff, but if you want to learn something, you will learn it. Like, you have to make the time for it. You will be doing it yourself, for one. A university will not properly educate unless you're willing to take in that education. And honestly, like, it's very smart for students to focus more on networking in universities, because that's like the one place where everyone's like, I want to meet people. And while if you're working at a job, it's more competitive, naturally. So in the university, you're going to be at a lot of events where you can meet people, and it's one of the best places for networking. There's other ways to network, of course, but universities are like the most common ways to network, especially in the US. Very, very useful for that. But again, colleges can be expensive, so I understand why people can't do that either. What I've heard about Ivy League schools is that it picks people that would be successful regardless of uni, but it does have to connect you with other high... Exactly, yeah. Like, if you are valuable, that means you will also benefit the people that choose you. Like, it's people say it's bad to have a transactional thing, but I think having a transactional like relationship where it's very clear to both people that you're here to help each other is actually quite healthy, because not everyone has the same strengths and weaknesses, and if you can cover each other's backs, it helps a ton. That's something that I eventually learned, like, hey, transactional relationships are not necessarily bad unless you make it bad in the first place. Like, you expect things from the other person and without like properly communicating with them. Like, that's bad. But when it comes to a more transactional relationship where it's like, okay, it's clear that, hey, this is what we're here to do for each other, like something like a mentorship, like I'm here to learn from you and I'm here to teach someone, that's completely fine. It's only bad when it's not clear at all, like what kind of relationship it is. And that's when people take advantage of and such. Okay. For some reason, now I'm being shown a phone. Okay, okay. Alright, let's get rid of these flags, shall we? These red flags.
Right, let's try that again. And this time, hopefully it works. There we go. Okay, so you saw as that cleared, it ate away all of those flags. So all the flags from there are gone, and the ones that remain are the ones that were on the outside of that range. So now we actually have a lot of the functionality.
Okay, so that he was just testing it real quick. And yeah, that take about transactional relationships might sound a bit weird, but that's kind of like the life that I had to live in order to get where I am. Like, if I am going to help someone, like for educational purposes, for example, then I hope that it's like beneficial on both sides, right? Like if it's leaning towards one side too much, then that's not healthy. And not everyone is prepared for like a relationship or like a friendship or like a mentorship where it's not balanced at all. And if it's not disclosed early on, well, things happen. Networking causes me conflict because I am not good with people. Yeah, I feel that. Like, it really depends on the kind of people. But as long as both So something I learned. If you are a good communicator, it's only effective with other people that are also good communicators. If you're communicating with someone that is bad with communication, it's just going to be difficult to communicate you regardless. Because it's always a two-way street, not a one-way street when it comes to communication. So when it feels like you're having trouble communicating with someone, sometimes it may not even be your fault. Sometimes it could actually be the other person's fault because they're not able to meet you halfway. And that can be really troublesome to deal with. Especially when it comes to like, man, what's a good example of this? Like, you're trying to meet eye to eye on a project, right? And you're trying to fulfill this school project. One person is like, oh, I think we should do this. But all they do is kind of like tell other people what to do. And you're trying to say that it's better if everyone does an equal part of it, but the other person is just ignoring it. Like, if the person is like ignoring what you're saying and the communication is not going through, then it's just bad. Honestly, like, I'm kind of just like, man, yeah. So basically, if people don't listen, then it's really not your fault if like you're trying your best to communicate but it doesn't go through. At least that's how I see it. It's really a case-by-case scenario though. Like, some people really want to try to listen but they just can't, and there's that barrier. And it sucks, especially when you're like, I'm just trying to like communicate, but it's just not going through. And that means like there's just different communication levels happening. Okay. Let me see here. Let's test this out. Let's see how this code is. Okay, so... Oh! I already clicked on a mine immediately. Okay. That's a 3. Okay, what about this side? 1. Okay, clears off. Hi, Purple Fish! Welcome! I am testing out my Minesweeper. Because right now, I'm trying to like... Oh, when I click on this? Okay, interesting. I'm trying to test my flag issue, so... okay, perfect. So now you gotta now I gotta practice Minesweeper. So what I'm trying to test right now is like, okay, if I put down a flag and I find like a clear space, does the flag clear? Okay, that's a mine right there. That is also mine there. Yeah, there's a bunch of mines. Okay, let's put them here. Because right now, I want to see, like, okay, if I click on an empty square, does it get rid of the flags? I believe it does. Oh, those are also mines. Okay. There is not a lot of empty spaces. Also, I will clarify, I actually never really played Minesweeper before. Yeah, the recursion works. Yeah, so as you can see, like, if there's a clear space and there's a flag, it clears the flag. I might need to reset this though. So let's put a bunch of flags, okay? And then let's see, does it clear it out? Yep, it clears it out. It does work. As intended, because if the flags remain, we can't really see the numbers, and that would get in the way of the experience here of the game. Alright, so that works. Perfect. Although, yes, I will probably take some time to review recursion, because I'm like, huh? What? So, yeah. My brain is like, oh my goodness.
Down. There's still a little bit of things to tie together, but let's go back and actually work on this game and how it looks, because right now all we've got is our grid. So let's add this little heads-up display down the bottom. For that, I'll create a new scene and I'll just start adding some...
Recursion's fun. I'm glad the tutorial's getting you into it. Feels real badass when you get... Purple fish, you like recursions? You like recursions? Is that what I'm hearing? Because for me, I'm just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now. Oh! So you do like recursion. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to wrap my brain around it, but it's kind of like, okay, you probably like it because it's one of your favorite tools when coding. So that makes sense because you understand it. But for me right now, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get this down ASAP, but I'm a teacher for one of my jobs, so I helped a lot of people set it up, and it's real satisfying. Oh, a teacher. Am I like attracting like viewers that have some teaching experience or want to be teachers? Because I've been noticing the trend with y'all that some of you are starting to be teachers, and some of you are also teachers, and I'm like, is that my very specific demographic? Am I just a principal? At that point, I usually avoid recursions. Infinite loop scary. Yeah, infinite loop is scary, but it's so pretty as art. Have you seen MC Escher art, perchance? Because those loops are gorgeous, gorgeous loops, and they go on forever.
Nodes to it. So the first one is going to be canvas layer.
What? Oh, we're going to canvas layer? Hello? What are we doing?
Add this little heads-up display down the bottom. For that, I'll create a new scene.
Wait, what?
I have a lot of the functionality down. There's still a little...
Lama, I just teach game dev as a side gig. Nothing serious. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. But still, why are there a bunch of like teaching people here? It's pretty interesting to see.
Bit of things to tie together, but let's go back and actually work on this game and how it looks, because right now all we've got is our...
We're already going to the HUD, y'all. We're going to HUD stuff. Okay, that's a bit sooner than I thought. So I'm actually gonna pause this tutorial here, and I am going to look into recursion instead, because I want to understand recursion before we go into the HUD. Sure, I can get through this a lot quicker, but I want to know what exactly I freaking coded. Most of my friends are teachers, and I also love teaching, so yeah, principal... Oh gosh, I'm a principal! Oh, that is not what I intended in life. I actually wanted to be a teacher, but then I realized that, do I want that for the rest of my life? So I was like, you know what? If I should just shoot my shot at a career that I feel like, oh, I would never get that career, right? And then I did. So I'm pretty glad I just shoot my shot for the job I've wanted, the industry that I want to get in. And now I'm there. So in another life, I could have been an actual teacher. If things didn't go well, like I could have probably returned to school and like taking, well, at least getting a license to teach. Something like that, like getting a master's and PhD. That could have been me. I could have just not been a VTuber, honestly. Like, I could have avoided Twitter Did I ever tell y'all that I never used Twitter before until like I started streaming? Because I don't have a social media account like before content creation. I just didn't know why people go on social media, and I was more interested in learning and watching anime and just being on my own rather than like connecting with people, because I honestly thought it was just very superficial until I saw social media and such as this is better for me for journaling purposes and like remembering things that are important to me. I started using social media in a way that's more like, this is just for me. I don't really want to appeal to anyone else. I just want to be me and appreciate the time I have. So I see social media and such as like a journaling tool that just happens to be public. Purple for seeing people learn on their own without me helping is fun. Lol. You're doing my job for me. GGS. I'm glad that I'm a very self-sufficient student for you all. But let me go ahead and search up recursion, because I want to understand recursion a lot more. Okay, where is a good example of recursion? Recursion in 100 seconds. Interesting. Okay, let's see what are these videos of recursion, because I want to understand that, because that's difficult. 5 substances for solving any recursive problem. Large. Okay, recursion. Oh boy. Oh, learn recursion in 5 minutes. Okay, I kind of see why they went with the recursion, because it's just looping over and over and over again. Oh, this is from Free Code Camp. It's an hour and 51 minutes to teach recursion. Always give it a shot. I never thought I would study arts, but I just saw an art school and was like, why not? And went in to ask, and they accepted me, and I was like, I need my high school diploma ASAP. Oh, nice. Recursive recursion videos. Start again at the one. Oh, I see. So we're gonna learn about loops. Recursion explained in 60. Okay, I want to see, how do you explain it in 60 seconds?
Recursion in 60 seconds. Let's go. So what if you wanted to calculate a factorial? For example, 5 factorial is 5.
I should mention I never learned what a factorial is, and I'm like, huh? What is this? I'm terrible at mathematics, and I'm still trying to learn. Oh, wait. Okay, so it's 5. So you're multiplying it from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So if I want a factorial of 6, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all multiplied. Okay, that makes sense. I can learn it. I just don't know how to apply it. That's my main difficulty.
Times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So instead of thinking about this iteratively, so in a loop, we can say that 5 factorial is really just 5 times 4 factorial, and 4 factorial is 4 times 3 factorial, and this just keeps going on. So in our code, if we want to get the factorial of some number in, we can just say that we want to multiply that number by a call to factorial of n minus 1. And this idea of calling a function from within that same function is what's known as a recursive call. But there's a problem here. This code will never finish. Every recursive call makes more recursive calls, and that'll just keep going on forever. But
oh, I don't destroy my fridge. God, jeez. Also, the Iron Mouse like emote is so freaking cute. Iron Mouse is so cute. And honestly, congratulations to her for having the top subscribers in Twitch. That's an amazing achievement. Like, she's a big inspiration. And seeing her succeed makes me happy, honestly. Like, she deserves it.
with a factorial, we want to stop when we get to 1, because 1 factorial is just 1. So we can add what we call a base case. This is going to be a conditional, so an if statement above this code that's going to say if n is 1, which is our base case, we want to simply return 1.
Okay. I still don't get it. This is gonna take a while. Recursion better than loops? Python simplified. Okay. What is recursion? So when it reaches 1, it stops going to... Oh, that's when it stops, right? Otherwise, like, I can have it keep going to, like, for the factorial. Okay, so if we apply it to the code here, right? So our recursion is when we left-click to reveal things. So we have the variable revealed cells, and the variable cells to reveal based on the position. So here's the example with the game. So revealed cell is basically not here yet. These are the cells to reveal. Those are the arrays, right? But if I click on it, it turns into a revealed cell. Okay. And when it's not a cell to reveal, man, I hope I'm understanding. What I'm trying to do is like translate this in layman's terms as much as possible and really understand what the hell I just coded, because I do not understand what I coded at all, and I think it's okay to admit that when you don't know what you just did. So if I'm struggling with something hard, that's what I need to focus on the most. So while not cells to reveal is empty. Okay, this one, I'm just confused about the phrasing of it. Because, like, my brain, I usually think of myself as a writer. So I always think of it in, like, in English grammar. So while not cells to reveal is empty. So if this is not empty, so if the number of cells to reveal is not empty, while that is still existing, then when I click on it, it would erase the cell, which is the grass layer, and then the cells reveal. And then this turns into a revealed cell. So you add this to, you add this to revealed cells. I would say you use recursion when you decide the next function call during the... I'm trying to understand it. Okay. Okay, so... Alright, so this is the section when a cells to reveal turns into a revealed cell. Hi Grio, hello. I am reviewing what I just coded because I finished the mouse input a lot faster than I thought, because I basically copy-pasted the code. And I decided that I'm going to review recursion. This is my first time ever learning recursion, so this is way over my head right now. And I want to learn this, like make it more clear in my head before I move on to the HUD. The HUD though, that will be for the next stream, because I really want to take my time with this one. This Minesweeper project presented a lot of challenges that I did not anticipate, and I guess this is like the next level for me coding wise. Because I can understand for loops and while loops, but I don't understand the ultimate loop, the recursion. I just kind of think it's like an infinite. I actually learned recursion by doing... Really? Oh, interesting. Okay, so I am going through what you do in the past, which is kind of funny to reveal publicly, to just do this publicly, because learning can be really scary. Learning can be a very vulnerable thing for people, because you're admitting that you don't know something, and when you live in a life where if you know it and you know how to use it to your advantage, you are successful, and when you don't know it, you are not successful. That can really like pressure you to not reveal what you don't know. And that's why learning can be scary, because learning means admitting the gaps in your knowledge and adding to it. And I understand why students don't really want to learn, is because they haven't really, well, at least in my eyes, people don't want to learn because they're not ready to admit when they don't know something and it's time for them to learn. Like, they don't realize the problem that they have when they don't know something, and how to best address when they don't know something well. Because most of the time I see people being argumentative about what they know rather than admitting that, hey, I don't really know how to like address the issues and such. I don't know how to address these gaps of knowledge when I'm being told about something. And yeah, learning can be scary because it means admitting that you don't know something. And not a lot of students, I feel like, have learned that fully. Like, even I struggle with that too. Like, I thought I was doing quite well, but I basically became a big fish in a small pond to a small fish in an ocean. And yeah, I feel learning is hard when you don't know. Yeah, that too. When you don't know exactly is the best way to learn. Yeah, fish. Like, at some point I felt like a big fish in a small pond, and now at my current time in life, I feel like a fish in an infinite sea. And that's why I'm trying to embrace learning and admitting that I don't know something. But before I'm building Minesweeper, I already had played a lot. So that was my mistake. I never really played Minesweeper. I did not play that. I played some Pong. I played Space Invaders like Galaga and such, but I did not play Minesweeper. So this is very interesting to me. So I kind of get the mechanics of it now. So basically, I need to like, oh my god, that was a mine already. Okay, that was game over. I totally get what you're coming from. There's so much code behind games. Yeah. Okay, 2, right? And I have to choose the next one. 2. Okay, that's kind of scary. That was a bomb. That was a bomb. That would have been game over. Okay. So it's just a really scary guessing game. I'm next to a bomb. Okay. It's cleared off. That was a bomb. Okay, so I guess the goal is to like clear the board as much as possible. So at least like right now, I should try learning what I just made, right? And then applying what I learned to this. Yeah, this one is like the flag version of this. I feel like after learning to learn, it is one of the most awesome things ever. Because you're like, doing that would be cool and just learn it. That feeling is awesome. Yeah, for me, one of the things I learned is that I learn best by doing and by visuals. Sure, the hardest way for me to learn is actually through audio. Like, when it comes to audio, I have a hard time retaining that information in my brain. But if I can see it visually, are you able to put a bit of delay in the recursion so you can see it happen in real time? Not sure if that would. I don't know if I could do that, but I kind of get the idea of like, okay, that right now it's in a loop of like moving parts to each other. So these cells is currently in cells to reveal, right? Once I reveal it, it becomes a revealed cell. And it goes on infinitely, right? As I click on until the board is empty. Just started doing GD script last week, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. I would honestly like join the Godot Discord and ask there. But for me, I'm very much a beginner. I don't really know what I'm doing, and that's okay. I'm just gonna keep doing what I can. Okay, that's a 1. That's a 1. That's a 1. 1. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Why is this one? Okay, so there's some bombs nearby. 1, 2. That was a bomb. Okay. I'm just trying to understand the pattern of this. You're doing great. Thank you. Like, I've given up on coding so many times. Like, the first time I gave up on coding, they literally looked at my math grades and told me that you should not go to a coding class. You should not go to this computer science class at all. And that was the first time I was like discouraged from learning something, and I was like, man, I want to learn that, but they won't let me. They wouldn't even let me into the class because I was doing so terribly in mathematics. The second time that I tried coding, learning math from code is best. That sucks. Yeah. And then the second time was I actually took a coding class. I was so excited. It was so fun until I got really stuck on arrays and such. I understand arrays a lot more now, but coding for me is heartbreaking when teachers play. Yeah, and I was like, if I was ever a teacher, I don't want to ever be that kind of teacher. And it made me really sad. So But the fact that I've overcame those challenges and now trying to learn even when others told me that I can't learn it, I'm proud of myself for pursuing something that people would tell me not to pursue. And I feel like it makes me a lot braver as a person. Okay, one. Oh, there's a bomb nearby. Oh, okay, that cleared off a lot of the board. All right, let's see, can I clear this board fully? I'm assuming there's a bomb there, and there's a bomb there. Okay, there's probably a couple bombs here. Yeah, I'm guessing. Oh, that was clean. Okay, there's probably bombs here. Okay, I'm scared. Okay, 2. Okay, there's probably a bomb around here, but is it safe? Okay. There's a bomb nearby. This is scary. This is such a scary... That was a bomb! Oh, I failed. Okay, but that was a really good clear. Like, that was pretty good. Okay. Alright, let's try again. That was a bomb. I just died immediately. Okay, that one's not bad. Start worrying about your hair with the bombs right behind it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming, like, the 3 means that there's, like, 3 bombs nearby. If there's 2, there's 2 bombs nearby. So I need to be careful. Okay, 1. Okay, I cleared off more of the board. Okay, there is a couple bombs here, right? Like, I'm just guessing. Okay, there's like bombs nearby. I need to be careful. Okay, 1. There's a bomb nearby here too. There's probably 3 there. Okay, and that was a bomb. Too many flags over the 2. Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, I'm literally just starting the corners to see. Oh, that was a bomb. I literally just click on the bomb immediately. Okay. Okay, I'm starting with the corners. Alright. Okay, so there's probably some bombs here. So these revealed cells, the cells that were just revealed are now revealed cells. And then, let's see, because it's called surveyed cells. Numbers mean how many bombs are on the 8 spaces around. Oh, so there's 3 here. Okay. Oh, that was a bomb. Oh, this is a tough game. Oh my goodness. 1. Okay. 1. 2. Okay. 2. 1. 2. That was a bomb. How does anyone... Oh, that was a bomb too. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I know it's a bomb because it would tell me game over in like this side. That was a bomb. Game over. The HUD part is gonna show the game over part and probably gonna let it restart. I don't know how to code that on my own yet, and I probably don't want to do that just yet. Oh, that's a good clear. Okay. Okay, so there's probably bombs there. Okay. Okay, and then see, just 2 bombs here. I'm assuming they're actually here, right? Okay, there's something here. So I'm assuming they're actually there. A simple strategy. If you see a 1 on a corner, then there's a bomb over there. Ah. That was a bomb. How did anyone complete this? That was also a bomb. Okay. Enter. Cleared. That's a bomb. My gosh. That's also a bomb. Okay. I'm terrible at this game. There is 5 bombs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I know to avoid those areas. Check how many unrevealed spaces each number has. If the number of unrevealed spaces is the same as the number of the tile, all are bombs. Okay, when you click a square, 3 things can happen. There is a mine there, you lose. There are end mines around that space, it will show a number. Guess what happens if there are no bombs around when you click? Then, boom, clears. A square only knows about the squares next to it. Okay, so because this 5 is the center, right? That means these 5 are bombs. These 2 are bombs. These 2 are bombs. And then that means this one and then one of these is bombs. Okay. Okay. This is tricky. Alright, there's one bomb nearby. I feel very anxious. There are 2 bombs nearby. Yeah, the 5 flags are correct. Okay, okay, so the 2 bombs could be here or here. Honestly, I have a feeling it's here. Like those 2. Yeah, there's like a bomb on this side, right? And then here. So, okay, there's 2. Okay. Okay, so there's 2 within this. So I'm gonna go to the next grid over. Okay, there's 1 bomb, so it's probably here. Okay. I'm gonna go here. 1. The second flag on the right is not a bomb. Oh. Second flag on the right. Huh? It's not. Oh. And that was a bomb. This is stressful. People do this. Yeah, I'm thinking like if I understand the game mechanics and then the recursion, I should be good. But the main summary of this recursion that I'm seeing is just that the cells to reveal is based on the position, and those are stored into the array, right? And then when you click on one of those cells to reveal and such, and you open it and it's a number, it is stored into revealed cells. But if there is no number in the revealed cells, then that means if it's not a number, that means it reveals the surrounding cells near it. And if there's a flag, it just clears the flag. And to stop it, you basically return the information that you just acquired from clicking on a square that has no numbers, and it goes to here. And it also clears this from like the cells to reveal based on the position. That way, it's like, it won't freeze itself because it's just an infinite loop. So, bad recursions are when it cannot be stopped, and that causes a game to freeze or a software to freeze. Is that what bad recursions usually, like, cause? Actually, I want to double check that. Okay, let's go into what happens. Yeah, okay. So, it makes software freeze because they're in an infinite loop. Okay. Alright. I'm slowly getting it with this example. I kind of want to, like... Let's see. I'm trying to think of, like, another example that I could apply recursion to. I guess, like, if I am trying to... Yeah, I have to think about that one a little bit, because... Basically, like, it's an infinite loop that has certain conditions to make that loop stop. And we need to have those conditions to make that recursion stop, otherwise the game or the software can freeze. I'm kind of getting it as I play the game more. So 1, that means there is a bomb here somewhere. 1, there is probably a bomb here somewhere. Okay, that cleared it off. So there are 2 bombs. Okay, I'm assuming that they are here. That there are 2, because it's focusing around here. And then this 2. There's definitely 2 here, right? Right? And then because this is 3, and this one's 2, that means this 2 could be applied to this one, and this 2 could be applied to this one. Oh, so there's double 2s. Okay. And then this one is within here. So it's one of these squares. One of them is a no-no square. One of them is an okay square. So the entire game is in a big loop with everything that it runs in a single frame. It pauses while it runs all the code it has for that frame. If the code takes forever to run, the next frame never happens and it freezes. The two on the top left, is surrounded by 3 flags. Top right. Oh, top right. Okay. Yeah, so it has 3, right? I just need to figure out like which 3 in particular. So because there's 2 here, definitely here, right? And probably here. Yeah, probably these. Okay. I would say you use recursion when you need to go something else before finishing the current function. The top 2, you added 3 flags around it. This one? Oh, you're right. Huh. So maybe this isn't it then. So it's just these 2. And then these 2. And then these 2. Okay. Okay, I need to keep in mind that of what's around it. Okay, that's a 1. The 1. 1. 1. Okay, there's a lot of bombs here, so... Okay. Okay, that's not enough space, but... Okay, 1. 1. 1. That's a bomb! That was a bomb! Oh my goodness, this freaking game! I swear. Okay. So today I learned recursions. Anyways, I need to go now. Okay, thanks for coming by, Isa, and hanging out. We finished our code a lot faster because I wanted to speed through it. And then analyze the recursion afterward. Right process. Process right grass. Okay, so reveal surrounding cells, we call it here. And then we define cells to reveal as reveal surrounding cells. The array cells to reveal revealed cells. Actually, this structure, I don't really understand it too much. Like, I believe these are the coordinates. They're kind of like coordinates, right? Yeah. So I know that what I have in difficulty with right now is, well, I kind of get arrays a lot more. Right? I had more application for that. Thank you, Isa, for the good luck. I appreciate it. I mean, what else am I struggling with? Yeah, I struggle with this too. So that's something I need to talk about later and review a bit, because honestly, like with these loops, I'm trying to think, like, where would I apply these loops? I mean, they can be applied to many things, like the walk cycle for one. But I think that's already included with the game engine, so I don't need to worry about that. Not at all. Technically, like with a visual novel, there is a loop where if you hit the end, you just restart or something like that, or just end the cycle there. My brain is just trying to think right now, but at the same time, I can't. If anyone has any resources on like reviewing recursion, please let me know, because it would help a lot. Okay, 2-2, right? Yeah, it's definitely these 2 at least, and then these 2, and then there's 1 bomb nearby, and then 2 bombs. 1. Okay, there's 2 within here, right? That one also has 2. Okay. Okay, that cleared the board? Okay, so I'm learning that if I can, like, look around and just be like, okay, there's something here for sure. There's something here for sure. There's at least 1 bomb here. Then there's at least 1 bomb here. This is probably a flag right there. Okay, there's 2 bombs here, right? Right? Okay, 2. Let's tap this one. There are 3 bombs nearby it, so 1 is there. Okay, this is a scary spot, so I'm not going to continue there. The main places I've seen recursion have been things that aren't just focusing on recursion, so it might overcomplicate a bit. Ah, okay. Okay, but am I getting closer to understanding recursion? I feel like I have a decent start, but it's still not like fully there. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where could the other bombs be. I have a feeling that it's like right here. Like 2, 1, 1, 1, and then 2 here. That makes sense to me. This one, there's one bomb nearby. I'm assuming this is the one bomb, so. That is a bomb. The bomb is right there. Ah! Oh my goodness, this game. This game is really like testing how you think. That's a bomb. Okay. I think you got it mostly. It's just the code that covers spots with no numbers, right? Yeah, yeah. So I mostly got recursion. Okay. But I can only understand recursion with the context of Minesweeper. Oh, that's clean. Okay. There's something here too. Yeah, somewhere around here. It could also be there. There's somewhere too. There's one bomb. The one bomb is probably right there, right? And then this too. Somewhere here. But if there's a bomb there. That's a bomb. Sorry, half paying attention so I can do my work. You gotta stop streaming while I work from home. This is the only time I'm like available. Oh my goodness. I hope I don't distract you too much. If anything, it's just fun to hang out and chill and stuff. But yeah, like my stream times I've noticed tend to be inconvenient for other people, but it's the most convenient for me, and I'm like, I can't really make a middle ground easily unless like I stream in the early morning, but then I would have to wake up super early, and my brain cannot handle that. I have to like wake up super early to stream and then get ready to go to work, and then I'll be so tired that I won't even be appearing in the evening. Like, I thought about streaming in the morning on the weekends, but honestly, like, I need to catch up on sleep. Yeah, heck, waking up early. Yeah. Like, I have to wake up early in order to commute properly. And to appear on time. Yeah, you basically have to do the same check on the screen. Yep, pretty much. Okay, 1, 2. There's 2 bombs. That's a bomb. Okay. 1. That's a bomb. I keep finding the bomb so easily. 1. That's a bomb. Okay, there is clearly a